Living alone and independently is a lot of people's dream. It gives you the freedom and independence to do what you want, but it also comes with a lot of responsibilities that you also have to face on your own. And one of that responsibility is paying for all of the living expenses. Okay, so I'm done computing the total for all of my expenses, and the total is... Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and for this video I will be sharing with you the monthly expenses that I have to pay living alone and living independently in the Chicago suburbs. So if you are interested to see what kind of expenses I have to pay for living independently in America, or maybe you're planning to live alone and you're curious to see what expenses to expect, or if you are just curious in general, please keep on watching, and without further ado, let's get started with this video. So let's get started with the biggest chunk of expense that I have to pay for monthly, and I think everyone has to pay for, is rent or housing. So for my one bedroom with a den on a high-rise condo building, what I pay for monthly is $1,850 or $1,850. I know that's kind of high, and not everyone is willing to spend that kind of money in rent alone, because that's kind of an expensive for one bedroom. But I really like this unit, and everything that I'm looking for in an apartment is here. It has in-unit dryer and washer. I live just 2 minutes away from the train station, which is very convenient when winter comes. And the most important part is that I feel very secure living here alone, because I'm in a condo building and you can just come in here without a key fob, and it is really very secure. We also have like security cameras in the hallway and in the front. Okay, so the next expense that I have is for parking. We do have a parking garage in our condo building, and I pay for $80 a month for parking. I know it's an additional expense, but I am very willing to pay for parking because I live in Chicago suburbs, and when winter comes, and it really snows a lot in here, so I don't have to worry about shoveling snow because there's a garage where I can park into. Also, I mentioned that I pay for parking, which means I have a car. So my next expense is my car loan, which I finance. So the monthly payment that I have to pay for is $272 for my car loan. Next, since we are talking about cars, of course, if you have a car, you also have to pay for car insurance. And for my monthly car insurance bill, it's $115, and that is with State Farm insurance. So let's not forget about the car gas, because you also have to pay for gas unless you own an electric car, which I don't. So monthly is around $20 to $30 for my gas, because I really don't drive a lot. I take the train to work, I commute, so I only drive on the weekends. That's why my car gas monthly payment is low compared to other drivers out there. And since I've mentioned that I commute to work and I take the train every day going to work, I also have to pay for my train ticket or my transportation. And it's usually cheaper to just pay it monthly for unlimited rides when you're taking the train. Might as well. So the monthly train ticket that I pay for is only $100, which I think is really cheap. Okay, so now I'm done talking about my housing and transportation, and let's now move on to my other necessary expenses, and one of them is my phone bill. So what I pay for my monthly phone bill is $70, and I'm with T-Mobile, and I think that's expensive for a phone bill. Even if I have unlimited text, data, and call, I think that's still high, because compared to other service providers, they offer cheaper monthly bills. And another necessary expense that I have is food, of course. I think I'm saving a lot on food every month, because I always buy groceries every week, and I make my own food that I pack for work. I really don't eat out as much as I can on weekdays, but I do enjoy it on the weekends. And monthly, what I spend for food is around $250 to $300. Also, what I have to pay for living alone is the utilities, and that includes gas, electricity, sewer, water, and garbage. And that goes around $100 to $120 depending on how much gas and electricity I use and water that I use monthly. So I'm not paying a lot of my utilities because I'm not at home during the weekdays, and I turn everything I can off so I can save on these utilities. Okay, so that was my necessary expenses for the month, and now let's move on to my unnecessary expenses in a month. I call this my unnecessary expenses because I can live without paying for all of this, but I choose to because I also want to enjoy my earnings as well. And like everyone else in this modern age, all of us have subscriptions that we pay for monthly, and here are my subscriptions. So let's get started with the most expensive subscription that I pay for every month, and that is Netflix. I pay for $21.99, and I'm not very happy about it because Netflix always increases their monthly subscription, which is very ridiculous, and I hope they lower their prices again. But what's nice about my plan is that I can share it with 4 other people, so at least someone else is enjoying that. But regardless, I hope Netflix would lower their prices because their competitors have significantly less subscription fee monthly. Alright, so my next subscription is Amazon Prime, and I pay for $14.99 for my monthly Amazon Prime. Next in my subscription is Crunchyroll, and I pay for $10.88 for this. Okay, so another subscription that I pay for monthly is Google Storage. I pay $2 a month for this, and I think it's very useful for me, especially for all the videos that I create and the pictures that I upload. This is a necessary expense for me. Also, last in my subscription is Nintendo Online. I love to play my Switch, and I think I enjoy this monthly expense because I really get to use it a lot. And the last expense that I have is just for the extra stuff that I do on the weekends to enjoy my hard-earned money, and my budget for that is $300 a month, and that goes to the restaurants that I dine in, or the entertainment that I do, or events and the other stuff that I enjoy. And that's it for the expenses that I have every month. And I actually forgot to get a total of all of my expenses monthly, so I'm gonna do that now so I could share it with you. Okay, so I'm done computing the total for all of my expenses, and the total is $3,259.81. Okay, so that's my monthly expense, and I live in Chicago suburbs. And for those who are watching this is really not the accurate monthly expense that you're supposed to expect, because it all depends on the location also, where you live, what state you live in. If you live in an expensive city like the Chicago, the cost of living is higher compared to other states, so that's also a factor. I'm just showing you what kind of expenses there are when you're living alone, when you're renting out, when you have your own place, what kind of expenses you have to expect to pay for. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below, and I am hoping to make more videos about this where I share living alone. But if you have any other video recommendations that I should make, also please feel free to leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next videos.